Have you ever felt like you couldn't trust the people around you? Oh, never mind. You did tell me about Aaron and how he undermined your confidence. I suppose it would have been hard to hold trust in someone who didn't respect you.
It wasn't fun, I can tell you that. Is there someone here who's putting you on edge?
It's Sev, and how he was collaborating with the Eye behind our backs.
Oh? I can understand, but you didn't exactly seem blown away by the revelation.
I didn't have time to process it. I have now, and the more I think about it, the more upset I feel. Logically, I understand the situation. I can trace the weave of circumstance that forced his hand and led to his deception. I know he had no choice, and I've even forgiven him. I said the words to his face, so why am I still so angry?
That's a tough one.
It reminded me again of Udea. Will the fear and the manipulation follow me forever? Will it taint everything? The secrets, the lies, the subterfuge. The Maida may seem a balmy paradise, but in reality, it is a toxic swamp. Every fiber of my being is screaming at the prospect of having my life ruined by this again.
All right. It's clear that sitting around base camp chewing on this isn't doing you any good. You need a distraction.
Possibly. What did you have in mind?
The Axel must be overwhelmed right now. Let's find something to help her with.
I'm amenable to this. Shall I let you ask her, or...?
Oh, no. You're coming with me.
I suppose it'd be good to catch up with her, and I'll meet you at Cassidy's Hold, then. See you soon.
Bryn. And Lane? To what do I owe the pleasure?
We're hoping that there's something you can help us with. Or rather, we're hoping that there's something we can help you with.
I'm not sure I follow.
I've been at a loose end, gnawing on painful thoughts, only growing more despondent in the process.
Huh.
So we're here to focus on problems that are a little more tangible. What can we help you with?
That is... very kind of you. I've had a great deal of difficulty keeping on top of things.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We're here to help. Like I said.
Right. I've got a petition from the scouts here somewhere. Let me find it. Arakim has been nagging me about accessing the Archon's Hearth. Its stores of raw material could busy our Forge Masters for months. Now that I'm technically in charge, I'm loath to follow Kenrick's lead in recklessly sending the scouts into dangerous situations. What I'm lacking to make that call is intelligence on the Archon's Hearth. Our documentation is decades out of date.
I've already spent a lot of time in there, actually. It was pretty hot, from what I recall.
Dangerous too, one would assume. Can you elaborate on what you saw in there?
While exploring where the Arcs were assembled, I couldn't help but imagine how busy it must have been back before the Surge. Archons seem big when I'm fighting them, but the scale feels totally different when they're attached to a scaffold.
Fascinating.
Well, it was only one area that was particularly hot, but all of it was dangerous.
I assume you refer to the Arcane Foundry, then?
Yeah. It was on another level to what you've got here at the Hold, or what we have at camp. I can't imagine how many Archon parts they produced per day. The most interesting part was where they grew the coral. I could feel the magic running through it.
It is a reminder that there are still lost secrets to be found.
Exactly. Anyway, there's lots going on in there. Do you think it's safe enough to send in the scouts?
Not quite. I still have grave concerns about the fluctuating heat levels.
I believe I may have a solution for that. A potion that will maintain your body temperature even in the hottest conditions. I don't quite have the equipment to make it yet, but the knowledge is there.
That's wonderful news. That said, I would like a demonstration to be sure they work.
A fair stipulation. Some sort of combat encounter in the Archon's hearth under the hottest possible conditions. Fighting an Archon that relies on fire magic would be ideal to demonstrate the potion's efficacy.
You know I'm always up for a challenge.
I have no doubt in your abilities, after what I've witnessed you achieve.
Well then, I'll be back once I've felled a mighty construct. You.
Hello to you too. Why don't you try greeting me with a smile?
How do you have access to our scry?
Magic.
Seriously?
Your scry is connected to Gloom Gates and by extension the tapestry which spans all through the underworks. No system is impenetrable. I found a way in.
I want you out of my ear. Now. I'm sick of your voice.
And yet you came back to see me. Puzzling.
You're impossible.
One never quite forgets that smell.
Temple coal taking you back?
Unfortunately, yes. It conjures up images of stern keepers, hot stuffy vestibules, and ranted invective posing as sermons on the evils of magic. It was everywhere in Renland. The church has the nation in a stranglehold, and so I left, at considerable speed. I don't think I really stopped running at all until... well...
Until you met the love of your life.
yes. I thought so. I still hope so.
It's been a strain on you both.
I'm sure everyone has noticed.
Need an ear?
Maybe. It's clear she yearns to just stay here in the Enclave, even if we brought down the veil. But I find comfort in the road. It has few preachers and no community dedicated to strangling out individuality.
Worried if you stop moving that it will catch up with you?
I suppose I am still running, in a way.
Does she know that?
It's not something I want to burden her with.
She's strong, in a lot of ways. Something to think about.
Right. Yes, I shall.
It's significantly easier to do a repair than working up a new suit of armor from scratch. I'm going to go soft.
We could use some really intricate chandeliers to brighten up the place.
Casman would be happy. Though, I strongly suspect this entire thing is an elaborate ruse to get Dom and I talking.
It's not like her to run out of things, it's true. Is it working, do you think?
I don't know. The intentions are good, but I'm hurting.
I think you both are.
Yes. But I'm the one who's been following his dream of wandering the Maida for years. And the moment I say, hey, maybe we could do something else, he shuts down.
You're right. That doesn't seem fair.
It isn't.
He didn't have a great reaction to what you said, it's true. But at the same time, he was rather caught off guard.
Well, perhaps it was a little abrupt.
Maybe he deserves a chance to have a second reaction?
You're as bad as Casman. Speaking of, we should see her and present the fruits of our labors.
I had a chance to run a test, and I would say our stove is cooking better than ever. Keeps the heat well, burns clean, a job well done.
Dom's always been very good at treating that kind of coal. Must be the Wren in him.
Hardly. No, I simply find my inspiration in...
I think...
Sola, I have an idea.
Oh?
Tarmakind uses exceptionally precise temperatures to work the metal, yes? Sometimes exceptionally high?
I mean, yes, but...
I finished Xavier's journals. He was quite thorough and talked extensively about working with the Halopai priests.
Nothing quite helps me commune with the flames like someone slamming a hammer into metal.
You'd be surprised. But I imagine Dom means the shrine underground. I saw it mentioned too.
Precisely. And perhaps we could lean on our intrepid point to investigate.
Of course. I'd be happy to.
They must have kept records. Samples, perhaps.
I really appreciate this.
The spindle sacrificed everything for us. We could have lost Bryn just as quickly as we lost her. We didn't.
Hey, you. How's my favorite point doing?
Really well, like always. Thought I'd see how you were holding up.
Still reeling a little from the attack, but getting my feet back under me. Forces me to be up all day more often than I should. I should talk to Dharm about that, actually.
Dharm uses some kind of sleep aid. Lane could help you with that.
Oh, are they the secret weapon? I wondered how Dharm does it. I can stay up past noon regularly, but I wear down if I do it too much.
To be fair, I think that's just Dharm. Fueled by his love of enchantment and solar in equal measure. The scouts probably appreciate you being available all day, but that will wear you down if you're not careful. You must have a day watch head who fills in when you sleep.
Yes, but I can't resist getting involved when it's important. I'll talk to Lane. Maybe they have some extra tricks up their sleeve. Ooh, you were really moving out there.
I was told time was of the essence.
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could give classes to the novice scouts.
I'd be delighted. But I need permission to be a total hard-ass. That work?
Wins, yes. Ooh, we'll introduce you as Coach Bryn and you can wear like really tight pants.
Coach Bryn has a nice ring to it. I've heard people note that training in the mountain air probably helped.
I've read about that, but... well, not a lot of chances to compare in recent years. But yes, breathing for distance is a skill, as is conserving energy so you have enough left to push when you need it. All this time, the spindle was sneaking out of Cassidy's hold, and I had no idea.
Sounds like you two had more in common than you realized.
Just reminds me that you've got to tell people how you feel when you get the chance.
Was there something you wish you had told the spindle?
Not her. No. Hey, you.
Really well?
Still forces me.
Dharm you...
Oh, I can stay.
To be fair, I think that's just Dharm. Fueled by his love of enchantment and solar in equal measure. You should talk to Lane. I'd miss you if you were sleeping all day. I think Dharm splits his sleep so he can be up with solar. And she does something similar. They make it work.
It's not like you have the most regular sleeping schedule yourself.
Are you saying you'd like to stay up to spend time with me too?
Yeah, I am. Ooh, you were really moving out there.
I was...
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could give classes to the novice scouts.
I overheard Lane say the same thing, actually. But... oh, it's just running.
Well, you make it look effortless. But when someone's new to it, there's a lot to learn. Balance, gait, breathing.
I've heard people note that training in the mountain air probably helped.
I've read about that, but... well, not a lot of chances to compare in recent years. But yes, breathing for distance is a skill, as is conserving energy so you have enough left to push when you need it.
I shouldn't. It's need as it's not, but
Lane said I should talk to you about the plates we found for Sev.
Perhaps you... I have already... I wanted to ask how you're doing with regards to Sev.
I can see how hard he's working to make amends. I just wish he'd told us up front. I understand he felt...
I agree, though if you're not in, then you are.
Well, so long as...
Gladdens me to hear it. Ultimately, I will say this. Sev is handling it better than I did. Commendable, really. It's kind of you to help him. Sev already has my notes.
I've been running more tests on the bloom
You didn't need it all for dark...
No, thankfully. It does speak...
Could it just have been that...
Perhaps. Bryn, I'd like to...
Oh.
Yes.
So,
I come to... I tried to... I've got to put it. I have fought. I look... And you make me... I'm sorry if this is inappropriate.
You know, if I spent...
But?
No but. You're bold. And if I can...
Well...
Come a little close.
Whisper it into...
Did I hear right that you and Lane are together? I'm really happy for the two of you. Lane's crazy smart and has been slipping me books from their collection.
Really? They're usually very protective.
Oh, it's on pain of death if I damage them in any way, so that tracks. All this time, the spindle was sneaking out of Cassidy's hold, and I had no idea.
Sounds like you two had more in common than you realized.
Just reminds me that you've got to tell people how you feel when you get the chance.
Was there something you wish you had told the spindle?
Just how much I appreciated her level head and expertise. And that we all knew her father wasn't why she was the spindle.
And with this power core, we can fix our Arc of Verdance. I think this is what they call a full circle moment.
Huh. Lately, I feel like I've been running in circles.
Hey, I know things look bleak, but this is a win. Don't let the Talon rob you of it. You're finishing her work, after all.
You're right.
I always am. Now, I think you've got a meeting with the Axle.
Khan Arteme, my Weaver Band has repaired the Ark we followed through the Veil and discovered its true purpose.
To nullify the tangles at the source so it can be repaired.
Its anti-magic properties are why we were able to follow it through the Veil in the first place.
I see.
If we could get it to the source, we believe it could stabilize the Enclave.
Except The Grand Gate was broken when the Ark pushed the Herald back through it.
Surely there must be another way to reach the source.
Now that it's repaired, couldn't this Ark be used to leave the Enclave the way you came?
In theory, sure.
What are you saying, Khan Arteme?
It's time for someone to protect my people. I need to use that Ark to get us all out of here.
You would leave with the Surgeborn running loose? Or worse, allow them to spread and wreak havoc across the Maida in your wake?
No one has succeeded in stopping them yet. We've been trapped inside the Enclave for decades. It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
You're right. You do need to take care of your people. But running away from your problems won't solve that.
The Surgeborn will still be out there. It's only a matter of time before they escape the Enclave.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. It's learning how to use our enchantments against us. If we don't put a stop to this madness, how long until they overtake the Arks? Or bring down the Veil and spread across the Maida?
That is concerning. Still, let's be clear. Even if you could reach the source, there's a massive Surgeborn that almost killed you lurking down there.
I'll be ready for the Herald this time.
And what are you going to do about all the Tangles? Punch them before they disintegrate you?
Sev believes the Ereliths can manipulate raw magic and are responsible for miasma. We think if we can control the Ereliths, we can make the source safer.
Interesting. You've put more thought into this than I'd expected. But, as you've said, you have no way to reach the source.
Fine. Our plan has a few kinks to iron out.
More than a few.
How about this? If you can just give us time to present you with the final plan, it'll be your call whether or not we move forward on it.
I suppose that's fair. I can't pack up this stronghold in a day.
One more thing. It's clear by now the Enclave hides its secrets well. If there's any information on the source, I need access to it.
There are private records that can only be accessed with the Eye's signet. I suppose he's not using it at the moment, but...
Bryn did just save your people from certain death not too long ago.
Fine. You can borrow it. You should find information at the Spire in Upper Denevron, the Bastion, and the Institute.
We'll arrange a meeting with you when we're ready.
Good luck.
Certainly where emergency powers of...
Back again. You do like me, don't you?
Hardly.
And you've brought the Eye's signet with you. Keep it close, or we might just pluck it from you.
What would you want with the Eye signet?
To reveal the Enclave's secrets for myself, of course.
The Eye told you that?
He did. Funny how a man who has alienated everyone he loves through ego alone can be so talkative with a stranger. Though he certainly doesn't think he drove his ex-wife away.
He's never spoken of Isla's mother.
Heartbreak does funny things to your kind. Whatever that woman did, she left a bitter man in her wake.
It's a little bit beautiful, isn't it? It's like reaching into the past and shaking hands with its designer. We have achieved much.
I think she'd be happy to see it up and running.
I think so too. Plans set in motion decades ago. Slowly ticking towards fruition. If we are so lucky.
Khan Arteme, my Weaver Band has repaired the arc.
To nullify the
It's anti-magic.
I see.
If we could get...
Except,
Surely that...
now that it's repaired,
What are you saying?
it's time for some...
You would leave with the...
No one has succeeded. It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
In moments like these, we can't give in to our worst fears. That's what Kenrick did, and look where it got him.
We're only still here because the Spindle was brave. Honor that.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. It's learning how to use our enchantments. If we don't put a...
That, still.
I'll be ready. Sev believe we think...
Interest, but
Fine.
more than...
How about this?
I suppose...
One more
There are...
Bryn did...
Fine.
We'll arrange...
Good luck.
Can't... It's...
If we...
Sure.
Now
What are you saying?
it's time for someone to protect...
You would leave with the Surge...
No one has succeeded in... It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
Is shoving problems under the rug truly the Enclave's legacy? Because it's a pattern at this point.
Agreed. Your people are better than this.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scroll. If we don't put...
That, still.
I'll be ready. Sev believe we think...
Interesting. But
Fine.
more than a...
How about this?
I suppose
One more thing.
there are...
Bryn did just...
Fine.
We'll arrange a meeting with...
Good luck.
Hardly. What would you want?
To reveal
The eye to...
he did, though he certainly doesn't think he drove his ex-wife away.
He's never spoken of...
Heartbreak. Whatever that woman.
going to need more feathers. Sharper than you think. Worse than materials, I'd say.
Intriguing. The smiths and priests working side by side down here?
The preachers you grew up with would launch an hour-long diatribe at the very thought, yeah?
An hour would just be the introduction.
detailed smithing logs with Xavier's name on them. Lots of sketched out designs, mostly in the margins.
Doodles always help me think too.
It's still warm. You can feel the magic pulsing through it.
I wonder if proximity to the coral has affected it in some way.
Think that's all I'm going to find, then. Get your research hat ready, Lane. There's a lot.
I do not need a hat.
reveal the Enclave's secrets. Not that I needed it to pry into the eye's darker truths. Let me guess. You're trying to find another way to reach the source. I'm all for it. We'll be able to speak more easily then.
Ugh, I'm sick of your voice already.
Such impoliteness is unbecoming of you. Didn't your parents raise you to be a nice, respectful girl? I gathered from how the eye spoke of his own daughter that those are the core values your kind instills in their offspring.
expedition to the source shortly after the surge. Enchanters severely damaged her. All who participated in the expedition were sworn to secrecy by the Eye in Power of Time. Last time we went looking for answers in the Bastion. Half the documents were torn to shreds. What else were they hiding behind the Eye's signet?
I'm with you, Bryn. Didn't expect the miasma to be so intense over the scry.
You get used to it. Just have to use a more gentle touch and feel the way it slides.
Looks like research that's been compiled on the ecological and geographic impact of the surge across the Enclave's landscape. There's an entire section on the widening of the Great Chasm. Council records are meant to be public. Wonder what else the Eye was hiding from his people. Records on the construction and maintenance of grand gates across the Enclave.
helped you.
Lost magic.
This is really very clever.
You figured it out then?
Yes, Xavier's idea was to use an alchemical process similar to what Dharm and I just did to treat the coals. Elements left over from weaving flame strands distilled and used to treat magma.
Literal magma? The blood of the earth?
Enchanted magma. Measured precisely from one of Xavier's containers, he could delicately control temperature in a forge or foundry.
Sola will be over the moon. I'll let her know.
And I'll collate the more technical details. They'll be ready when she is.
Magma? Can you believe it?
Is it not lava?
I thought it was only lava if it bubbled up from underground. But now I'll have to ask Lane.
You heard the news then?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bryn. We ruined the surprise.
It's fine. Just nice to see you so happy.
We're confident that between the two of us, we can make Xavier's plan work.
And I'm keen to try it out. I was up sketching all night, and I have an idea for some armor to act as a test. If it works, we'll gather more. The veil has to open someday, and with this magma, we could be on the road for months.
Or maybe we'll stay. Either option provides you many potential students.
Or maybe, just maybe,
We could do both.
we'll make it work. After we get this bloody enclave sorted out. Right, Bryn?
I have every faith we will.
This treatise on Tarzan governance is a complete slog.
Really? I find it delightful.
If only someone who'd read it multiple times could summarize.
You're not getting back in book club, Dharm. So, I strongly suspect shenanigans, but also thank you.
About the stove?
Oh, absolutely. But shenanigans almost always come from a place of love.
Or lead to one?
Well said. And this forge is going to be invaluable, so we all benefit, including the future students I'm imagining up.
Any standouts in your illusory class?
There's a shy, red-headed lad named Carlos. He's going to go far. I just know it.
Bryn, I was just thinking about how we managed to trap the heat of molten rock itself.
And you and your wife seem through a complicated patch?
I never doubted we would find a way through. This time was different than the other spats we've had. I am very grateful for your help. I would not know what to do without Sola. She is very much my guiding star.
You're welcome. You big romantic. Just keep talking to her, and the nights will be cloudless.
Indeed. Indeed.
I've been running more tests.
You didn't
No, it...
Could it just...
It's nice to have the camp stove working properly again. Even if it took Casmin quietly tossing our coal supply into the hollow one night to make it happen.
Wait, she did?
Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. But Dharm and Solar have reconciled, which I suspect was her whole plan, so hopefully it's okay. Still, Kaz doesn't like for people to know she's a romantic at heart.
Oh, well, I am very glad you mentioned this. Thank you, Lane.
Just go easy on the teasing. I don't want her to serve my stew cold all week. Hope you're not afraid of diving into bottomless pits.
Hardly. Maybe a little. Why?
Despite the Grand Gates no longer functioning, there is a more direct way to reach the source. By dropping straight down into a rift in Lower Denevron.
You know, last time I wanted to charge into a restricted area, you weren't so sure it was a great idea.
People change. Maybe I've learned a thing or two about calculated risk-taking from you. And the prospect of securing the source makes this a risk worth taking.
This is only one piece of the puzzle. The axle isn't going to budge until we figure out a way to lessen the tangles at the source.
With good reason. We don't want you to fry down there. I shouldn't be surprised the Norians use a fluke. It's
Media.
as Sevik,
And
it's not like...
but Lane said
Perhaps.
I have all... I wanted to ask how you're doing with regard...
I can see how I understand.
I agree. If you're not...
Well.
It gladdens me to... Ultimate Sev... Sky... Sev...
Exciting.
You think...
Nothing, as I suspect, not to just stabilize.
Which is pretty much what we're seeing the aeroliths do, here and now.
I honestly think that these experiments likely contributed to the floods as well. Regardless, if I can pick up what...
What did the Norians stand to gain controlling the weather anyway?
Their power base has always been in Taza, where the deserts need water to grow. Imagine being able to withhold rain or worsen heat at a whim. What kind of power would that give you? The kind the worst parts of the Order crave.
If we succeed, will we be able to stop the weather fluctuations entirely?
I hope so, in time. But the system has been out of control for years. For now, I want to focus on our immediate problem of the Source and the Surgeborn.
Did your research say anything about miasma and tangles?
No. Those phenomena are too new to be in the records you recovered, which are pre-Surge.
What will it take to move from might have a solution to definitely have a solution for the Source?
The research you recovered focused on using patterns from creatures with natural flame and frost affinity. It used those patterns to briefly augment one part of the enchantments woven into an aerolith.
Use flame magic to tilt the aerolith hotter for a time?
Yes, exactly. And they had some success with it, proving the methods viable.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but too bad there aren't miasma creatures.
There's one, and Dharm already managed to recover some of its pattern.
But not enough?
Oh, absolutely enough. You've been working hard and it's paid off. I needed an exquisite resonance from all three types of magic. And we have that.
That's fantastic. Is that it then?
We're going to combine them with the Norian's notes and Dharm's studies of the Herald to build a device to influence the aeroliths. I gave the design to Sola. She said it should be doable, but wants your approval on which materials to use.
If this could pull miasma out of the Source somehow, sign me up.
It's the most promising lead I have. And it's very promising indeed.
That was one of the most complicated things we've ever collectively assembled.
I hope it wasn't too much.
Not at all. The only tough part was Dom hovering the entire time. He's enthralled with this device.
Oh, well,
I'm teasing you, Seth. I'm not sure if you'll still be my apprentice after all this, but I will tease you.
No more learning to smith.
Now, I'm not saying that. We just need to figure out what comes next together. Which brings me to the question of the hour. You were already a Norian. Why did you want to be my apprentice anyway?
Rambralem.
Oh! That makes so much more sense. You could have just told me.
That's a cultural thing for you, isn't it?
Oh, you know. Yes. Very much so. But yes, Sola. I'm sorry. I was afraid if you dug too hard into my past, you might learn about the Norians.
And they don't like people digging.
No, they truly don't. That is your answer, though.
And this is your intricate doodad. I cannot wait to see what it does.
Another one.
Yes, please.
Fine.
Hey, you.
Really well.
Still reinforces me.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay up.
To be fair, you should. I think Dam.
It's...
Are you?
Yeah.
I was told
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I'd be delighted. But I need permission to be a total hard ass. That work?
Wins, yes. Oh, we'll introduce you as Coach Bryn and you can wear like really tight pants.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, I swear.
It's okay, Eric. I'm just teasing. But if you're gonna float opportunities to make you blush, I have to go for it. And more to the point, I'm game. We'll tackle it when the dust is all settled.
All this time, the spindle was sneaking out of Cassidon's hold. And I had no idea.
Sounds like you two had more in common than you realized.
Just reminds me that you've got to tell people how you feel when you get the chance.
Was there something you wish you had told the spindle?
Not her. No.
Bryn, I'd like...
Oh.
Yes.
So?
I come to you...
I...
It started with... I tried to navigate... I've gone through this. To put it, I have fallen. I look up to you. And I don't know... You make me want to... I'm sorry if this is inappropriate. We work and live together after all. But I couldn't go another day without bringing this to you.
So, I had a hunch. And I'm appreciative. I really am. I think you're amazing.
But?
I just don't feel the same way.
Right.
Are you okay?
My opinion of you is unwavering, Bryn. Regardless of whether our feelings align on this.
I appreciate you saying that. You're a good friend, Lane.
No regrets when it comes to honesty. I need a little time to process, though, if you wouldn't mind.
Take all the time you need. Talk later?
Talk later. So?
This sucks, right? I don't want things to be awkward.
There's not a jot of shame to be had about expressing one's true feelings. Though, I wish I had expressed them earlier, before I got so invested in the outcome. But perhaps they would not have been so ardent had I rushed it.
You're really great, Lane. You'll make someone very happy someday.
I know. And I'll always appreciate having you as a friend and comrade.
Of course.
I'll let you go, and I'll get back to my work. I'm all right. Promise.
So, I was having a chat with Lane.
Oh?
Said something about you stashing coal outside the camp.
Oh, gods, they saw that?
Sure did.
Oh, I was so careful. Listen, Bryn, you know why I did it, right?
Because our enchanter and Smith need to keep working together.
Yes, and they need to keep talking. They're so good together. So, I did what I had to. Just don't tell anyone, okay?
Kaz. Yeah? I think everyone knows. Except maybe Dom.
Gods, that's embarrassing.
You might want to sneak that coal back into the stocks at some point.
Already did. It was distracting to know the count was wrong.
We all wanted to come together to support.
I guess it's hard when
You could
start with the you after eating I'm by that in the I mean
You at your decision.
But what
I have a sleep.
would you maybe
I won't.
we right. This isn't what if
She.
I can't just
Help.
the last conversation. No, I haven't. No, it was night.
I'm glad.
Agreed.
Too true. Hey,
Actually, they're not. I'm not being.
sounds like you should.
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
Wouldn't you do the same for anyone here in a heartbeat? Then why wouldn't we?
I just.
You are, Casmin.
Would you mean?
Every day if you.
So, turns out.
Funny how much clarity.
Yeah. Along with a few other things.
Wow.
Don't mention it. Hey,
Of course.
great.
Lead the way.
So, there's some.
What's on your mind?
Honestly, I was caught up in. At first, I saw you as a friend. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I think I'm. falling for you.
Kaz, I appreciate you being honest about your feelings with me, but I just don't feel the same way.
Oh. Well, okay. This is so fine. I just need a little time, if that's cool.
Of course.
Talk later.
Talk later.
So,
This is.
this is horrendous.
Yikes. Is there any known cure for horrendous?
Nope. We are doomed to be weird around each other for an eternity.
Funny. I'm pretty comfortable with weird after spending so much time in the Enclave.
You are?
Yeah. Weird is nothing compared to an Ash Peak Drake breathing down your neck.
Jokes aside, we're good, Bryn. I just needed a minute, but we're good. That is, if you still want to be friends.
Nothing would make me happier.
Great.
Bryn, you okay?
Yeah. Why?
No, really. Are you doing all right? You can tell me, you know. Being point isn't always easy.
Aurea, I'm fine. What's going on? Are you okay?
I had no idea that the point training was so hard on Casmin. Sure, she seems stressed, but leaders should know what's going on with their team. I failed her.
There was no way you could have known what she was going through. She chose to keep it from all of us. But thankfully, we were able to show her it's okay to open up. And that matters more than anything that happened in the past.
I know you're right. It was just hard to see her suffer. And to know she was dealing with it alone for so long.
She's not alone anymore, though.
All the same, moving forward, I just want you to know you can talk to me. About anything. I'm here for you.
I know. Thank you.
It's my pick for book club. I can't decide between a love story about a studious Ram and an Oberon warrior that couldn't be more opposite. Or a treatise on Tasm governance prior to the Surge.
Those do seem like very different options.
Yeah, well, normally we'd have passed through somewhere with a proper bookshop by now. But we're running low on options inside the V.
And then the priest says, that's not how you extinguish the holy flame.
I thought you never extinguished the holy flame.
They make certain exceptions when it threatens centuries-old tapestries.
You never talked about your time in the church.
They're not happy memories.
No, but they're yours.
Then let's not fight again so I have more time to share them.
That's unreasonable. Let's just make sure we're talking.
Of course, my love. After all, I love you like... I love you.
I love you too.
Nothing. with a little heat.
This airlift should be perfect, Bryn.
Right. Done.
That's all we needed. The others have been helping me with a little project on the side. A surprise for you.
No hints?
You'll see.
later. That has to be enough. Done?
Yes. Any more comparison points would suffer from diminishing returns. I appreciate your dedication, Bryn.
If we ever get this place under control, will you run classes?
One thing at a time, Eric.
Sounds like a yes to me.
What has Sev been building? What's all this, big guy?
The culmination of all our efforts, Bryn.
He wanted it to be a surprise.
Consider me impressed. But what exactly does it do?
He hasn't told you?
As Casmin said, I wanted it to be a surprise.
Sev, we all do better work with context. This is something you're going to need to get used to.
Yeah. You're a weaver now. I heard you say so yourself.
It's the culmination of an Orion dream. But unlike them, I'm not going to use it to put a nation in a stranglehold. No. I'm going to change the weather. For you.
For me?
Yes. It will take some resources, so let's be judicious, but yes. We can change the weather before your expeditions.
So all those patterns I collected?
Critical to calibrating things. Weather and miasma alike. The creatures have been exposed to so many wild environmental swings. They were affected in ways I could use to calibrate to the aerolift's patterns.
And that's what Dom was helping with?
Everyone has helped Bryn. Literally everyone. No politics, no backstabbing. I could get used to this.
Good. All that stuff wastes time and energy.
You said this will take resources. Am I hunting more patterns, or...?
Nothing so dire.
Bryn, you've got enough to worry about. Let us sort it. We'll treat it just like upgrading the camp. Maybe I end up trading with the Hearthsiders. Maybe we do a little alchemy. We'll handle it.
Well, this is incredible. What's involved with actually making it happen?
Well, it's not simple for me. But for you, I'll keep it simple. If we want to make a change before you leave, we can do it as part of the preparation. The aerolifts are all connected. And the device we created will let me give them let's call it a shove for a day or so.
We've run some limited tests, and everything holds up. It's really rather ingenious.
And we'll give you quite the edge. Imagine tossing a drought when a frost creature is hunting.
It can affect miasma, too, yes?
Yes. And since, thanks to you, I know exactly where the source is. I'm confident I can help you clear a path. Clear enough that the Ark of Verdance should be able to keep you safe at any rate.
Sounds like the last piece of our plan. Should I call the Axle?
When you're ready, we are.
Have I ever told you how much I enjoy watching your expeditions on the Scry?
You too?
Look, it's no secret that when Aurea injured her wing, I was skeptical of you taking over expeditions. So I started watching you to make sure things were going well.
You mean to make sure I didn't screw up?
Fine. That's what I was doing. At least at first. On one of your first expeditions into the Hollow, I watched you take a swing at that massive Archon thinking it was inactive. Then, when its eye lit up, These visions of you dying started swarming me. I panicked and asked Aurea if you were ready for this, hoping she'd pull you out immediately. Then you began climbing the Ark. And it was like everything in my head just went quiet. That does not happen often. You had this serene look on your face. Like this was exactly the challenge you'd been waiting a lifetime for.
It was.
When you took it down without breaking a sweat, I was secretly pretty impressed.
I like hearing you had faith in me, even back then.
It's only grown tenfold. After that, I enjoyed watching you on the scry. Knowing you're out there, keeping all of us safe, relaxes me and keeps the visions at bay.
So, I was having a chat with Lane.
Oh?
Said something about you stashing coal outside the camp.
Oh, gods, they saw that?
Sure did.
Oh, I was so careful.
Because our enchanter and smith...
Yes, and they need to keep top. Just don't tell him.
Kaz.
Yeah?
I think everyone knows.
Gods, that's embarrassing.
You might want to sneak that coal back into the...
Already did.
Everyone knew the aeroliths could smooth out the weather, but no one suspected they could change it so suddenly. Since the surge, they've caused wild swings, but no one has ever tried to control it.
Sev's achieved something incredible.
And practical. Imagine the look on a glass tail's face when it suddenly turns blisteringly hot.
Surprise, Icy Boy. It's summer.
Haha, exactly. Advantage, Bryn.
How are you feeling about Sev, Sola?
Delighted.
Not upset to lose an apprentice?
I'll find more. Lots of talent among the Hearthsiders, according to the Axle. And that's perfect. They'll learn quick, just like Sev did. I'm proud of him. And controlling the weather itself. Incredible. I've learned from a lot of years on the road that change is the natural way of things.
Our time in the Enclave has certainly proven that.
Anticipating change and finding joy in it, the best thing you can do in your life.
Oh, Bryn! How did it go?
It worked amazingly. In fact, I was almost too cold.
Oh, I must have prepared it incorrectly. Perhaps too much stirring.
I'm kidding, Lane. It was perfect.
Ah, your elevated wit eludes me once again.
If you two are done messing around, it's excellent to hear that the potions worked. Lane, what sort of quantities can we produce for the scouts?
As much as you need. It's not hard to make.
That's very good news. I wonder why the Eye never explored this as an option.
I would assume the reason sits somewhere between lack of care and gross negligence. Speaking of the Eye, Bryn, the Axel and I had a chance to sit and talk for a while. would you believe that she isn't his biggest fan either?
There were some subtle context clues that tipped me off.
We were indeed not very cordial with each other at the best of times.
In particular, the way he kept secrets rubbed us both the wrong way. We found ourselves in agreement that any new government here should be built on a foundation of trust and respect.
A foundation that will only be built if we secure our survival. Lane and I don't agree on everything, but it was good to sit and speak with someone who understands the nature of the work I'm doing.
It's not every day that one has the privilege of watching a new order emerge.
Perhaps you will be here to document it.
I should like that very much. The story of a new enclave should be made available to all. Every detail, out in the light. I'm struck with inspiration. I need to return to base camp and get started on my history. To be here as it's being written. To be the one writing it. Oh, what a privilege.
Oh, they're gone. Do they always do that?
Yes, that's a fairly frequent occurrence.
Well, with my mind at ease, for now, at least, I will thank you and bid you farewell. My list of petitions is smaller by one, for the moment.
We're here to help. Talk later.
Is certainly where emergency powers of authority comfortable.
Hey, you.
Really what?
Still forces.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay.
To be fair, I think,
Yeah.
I was...
Yeah, but.
I overheard...
Well, I've read about. But yes. All this time.
Sounds like...
Just.
Was...
Not. You know, I can't stop thinking. Could Stannard have fixed the weather?
From what Sev said, the former I was more a political animal than an expert.
Yeah, that makes sense. If only he'd shared what he had access to with people who were halfway competent. Anyway, I just hope Sev can keep digging. He's got a good head on his shoulders.
Bryn, I'd like to speak...
Oh.
Yes. I can't... I tried... I have to put... and you make... I'm sorry if this is...
So,
But... Right.
Are you okay?
Take or talk later.
This sucks.
There's though... But...
You're really...
I know. And I'll...
Of course.
I'll...
You look like you've got something on your mind, Sev.
Struggling a little, perhaps. I find myself torn.
Between Casmin's stews and Darm's spiced pork? Same.
Pork. Stew gets in my fur. That aside, I find myself both wanting to tear down the Norians and redeem them. Surely not everything they did was self-serving politics. There had to be some craft or artistry behind it.
That's the part of Norian-ness that appeals to you?
Recently I found records. Experiments to improve flow rates across the tapestry.
Better pipes.
Pretty much. The team was working on it right around the time the surge hit.
Any idea where?
Not too far from here. Odd they'd set up in a swamp, but perhaps it was a stress test.
We're going to have to fix the Enclave eventually. Better pipes can't hurt. I'll check it out.
You are tireless, Bryn.
I can sleep when I'm dead. There was a point. I might be tempting fate by saying that.
You're right. But we all notice how hard you work. I know what it feels like to work without praise. Feels good to shine a little sun on your achievements.
All right, everyone. Let's give Khan Atame the rundown.
Using the aerolifts, I can trigger a miasma everywhere they affect above ground.
It is advised that your people remain indoors during this process.
The miasma will flow from the source, which will lessen the raw magic enough to keep Bryn safe while she escorts the Ark.
And how is she going to get there without the Grand Gate?
She'll drop in through the rift in Lower Denevron.
Skies, of course she will.
Don't worry. I've got plenty of experience scaling down cliffs.
Once she's in the Underworks, she'll stay within the Ark's protective field and follow it to the source where it will fulfill its purpose, to pacify the Tangles.
And what about the Herald?
That's where you're going to need to trust me.
You really think you can do this?
Growing up in a freehold in Carnhaven, joining a Weaver band seemed impossible. Then opportunity struck, I jumped on it. In my first Weaver band, becoming a point seemed impossible. Then I met Aurea. And not too long ago, being the first to enter the Enclave in half a century seemed impossible. Yet here we are. What I'm about to do feels impossible. But that's how I like it.
So? What do you say?
Kenrick lied to us for decades. It's hard to believe anyone who says they're gonna take care of the Surgeborn now. But with how open you've been, and everything you've done for us already, you've earned my trust. We will stay and fight for our hearth.
Thank you.
Bryn, I'll coordinate with Sev. When you're ready, come see me. Sev.
Happy to be here. The view you both have.
Careful not to block Arva's sunny patch.
Imagine you're ready to face me at the source. That's the one question. Truthfully,
Depends on the question.
Why do you keep speaking with me?
Even if a part of it sickens me, I am curious about you. I became a point because I like danger and unpacking the unknown. I can't deny that. Even to my sworn enemies, it seems. No condescending retort. Really?
I wasn't expecting you to tell the truth. That's all. Our battle at the source is sure to be electrifying. I look forward to it. Goodbye, Bryn.
This is going to be a challenging expedition. Are you ready?
There's a few things I'd like to take care of first.
Good idea. This is a complex plan with a lot of moving pieces. Make sure you're well stocked and armed before you move out. This is going to be a challenging...
Have Arik escort Khan Arteme here. I'm ready to move out.
Good. Take some time to rest. And I'm sure everyone will want a chance to speak with you before you head into the rift.
You all worry too much. I'll be fine.
I know that. Just make sure the others do, too.
All right. So you are worried about me?
Not a chance. Just came to wish you luck. This will be a career-defining moment for you. I've been fortunate enough to have my share of them, so I recognize one when I see it.
The Enclave is the heart of our legacy as Weavers. An expedition to restore it? That is so much more than I could have dreamed of doing with my life back in Carnhaven. What if I screw it up?
You won't.
What makes you so sure?
Something I saw in you the first day we met. You act in spite of your fears, not because of them. Call it intuition or faith. But I call it letting love drive you. Whether that's love of a person, a place, or a culture, or, in your case, a love of adventure. I've had great accomplishments throughout my career. But if there's one that will profoundly shake future generations for the better, it's bringing you here.
Thank you, Oria.
Sev is set to vent the tangles from the source when you're ready, Bryn.
Give me a bit more time.
It's your call.
Hey.
How's it going, Arik?
Sorry, I get kind of keyed up before anything big. Breathing helps. And this is a big one, isn't it?
Maybe the biggest. At least in recent memory.
Legendary understatement. Anyway, we're as ready as we can be on my end. The scouts still in fighting shape after Stanord's folly are deployed. They'll be reporting on Surgeborn behavior and ready to intercept if anyone moves against Darman the Axle. I wish we had a dozen of your scry, though. Ours really can't compare. We're going to do this, Bryn. You're going to do this.
That's the plan. Thanks for all your support.
You're what we needed. Someone to step up and damn the consequences.
Sev is set to vent the tangles from the source when you're...
I hope this works.
We have every reason to believe this will make the source tolerable for you. I'll tell Sev to get started. Dom and Khan Arteme will escort you to the rift with the Ark.
Looks like Sev was right. The rift has been vented. It's as safe as it's going to be.
You sure that rope can hold us both?
It'll do the job. Just try to land gracefully.
I always do. Got it.
My magic will only carry the Ark for as far as I can see you. Good luck, Bryn of Carnarvon.
You've kept me waiting.
Ignore it.
I plan to.
You'll find I demand attention. Admit it. You're a little curious about me. After all, you have paid me visiting myself.
I'm not listening to you.
But imagine what I could offer you if you did.
How'd that work out for Kenrick Staneld?
Breathe through it, Bryn. I know its voice is making your skin crawl. I feel it too.
It helps when you guys are talking, instead of it.
Then we'll keep talking. We're here for you.
No matter what that voice says, stop the Herald before me. You can do it again.
That furry friend of yours betrayed you, and yet you don't mind having him in your ear. Double standard.
Bryn, you put your faith in me at the Grand Gate. I'm doing the same for you now. None of us would still be here if it weren't for you.
You're getting close. One last chance. Join me, and I'll grant you strength beyond your wildest dreams.
I've already told you, I don't need it.
If you're strong enough without me, why are there 7 crunches chattering in your ear?
They're not crutches. They're friends.
We could be friends.
What's so funny?
couldn't destroy me with an ark of my size. And so he brought a tie.